again.
Oh, no way.
Hey, Lukas, was that your best corner shot? That was rubbish. A shot from the corner has to be precise. It must leave at rocket speed and land exactly where you want it to.
So now you're an expert taking corners?
Have a look at this.
Podolski? Why are you reading about him?
Hold it. Let me see.
He's got a really strong shot.
Exactly.
Podolski?
Look at this.
Bergheim, Germany. A not so idyllic place to live in the early 90s. It was grey and dreary. This is where Lukas lived. He was born in Poland, but his parents moved to Germany with him to search for a better life. Like so many others. Lukas had a really hard time making friends. He found German a difficult language to learn, and so he wasn't particularly good in school. But all he wanted to do was play football anyway, all day long and everywhere. A lot of kids played football in this particular part of town. Lukas took ages until he plucked up the courage to walk onto the pitch and play with the others. But as soon as the others saw how Lukas handled the ball, they all admired him and wanted to be his friends. Football is the coolest sport in the whole world.
Of course it is. Why do you think I'm called Lukas? Because of Podolski. Because he's a striker.
But goalies are much cooler. Come on, I got this one.
Goalkeeper?
All you need to do is fix the mistakes the other players make in their game.
Not true.
Strike is the best and most fun of them all.
Until you come across a cool and incredible goalie.
Strikers is still cool.
Okay, all football players are super cool. Keep reading.
His friends were from all over the world. But they all had one thing in common. They loved football. He played every day. On the street. On the parking lot. And the plot of grass. And of course, the football pitch. Football was not just a game. It was also a battle, a competition. Who could keep the ball the longest? Who could score the most goals? Who could hit the ball the highest? That's where Lukas would win.
He shot the ball onto the roof of the building. How many stories up?
Let me see. 6.
6 stories.
That's, nearly 25 meters.
That's high.
Podolski has the strongest shot.
Lukas didn't just smash a few balls. He smashed a few other things too.
What? Really? The fun fair had come to town. The boys were excitedly walking around. They bought themselves a few treats and went on a roller coaster ride. And with that, they had already spent all their money. There were lots of people at the stand that had a kick power meter. There were lots of kids too. Everyone wanted to show how hard they could kick the ball into the machine. Some people ended up disappointed. The highest scores were awarded with applause. Of course, Lukas wanted to show off his skills too. He stood in line, waited his turn, but then he had no money, and the stall owner sent him on his way. Lukas got in the queue again. The stall owner sent him away again. When Lukas had queued up 3 times, he was finally allowed to shoot. No one could believe the astronomically high number the machine showed after Lucas's powerful kick. Was the kick power meter broken? No, the meter was fine. Lukas was asked to shoot again. His kick reached the same number again. Everyone applauded. And for one moment, Lukas Podolski could feel what it would be like to be a football star. Super story.
I shot at one of those machines once.
And
I hit the mark.
What was your score?
72?
75. I was 5 years old.
If you did it now, you get 100.
I'll show you 100.
I've lost sight of the ball.
It's up there.
Oh, come on. It didn't go anywhere.
You just hit it somewhere, didn't you?
You can call me Podolski. Or Lukas. Whatever.
Boom!
Man. And I wanted to get here extra early today. What are you doing here?
I've come to train like you.
But you're way too small.
Come on, Lucas, I'm big enough.
That's right. Thomas Müller was much smaller when he started playing.
What? Smaller than Mia?
Here, take a look.
Is that Müller?
What do you think?
I've got to have this. Cool.
You can't have it, but I can read it to you.
Do you think I can't read it?
Let's all read it.
The picturesque village of Pau was all quiet and still. That was until 1992. Suddenly, the tranquility was shattered. The noise was coming from the Müller's house. More specifically, from Thomas Müller.
Thomas Müller was 3?
Then he was much smaller than me.
I could only just stand on one leg when I was 3.
Some kids are faster than you, Lucas.
I could already play football when I was 3.
With a little red rubber ball, maybe. Carry on, Eva.
Little Thomas always had his football with him. He played many matches in the garden with his brother Simon. In bad weather, they played in the cellar. And Thomas always won, even when his brother brought his friend and they played 2 against 1. One of them won. Thomas Müller. His brother won 1 single time. But that was just that 1 single time.
And he was 3?
He was 4.
4 when he joined a football club.
A football club? He joined a football club when he was just 4? I'm twice that age.
And not half as good.
But not so bad either.
Did you hear that, Eva? I'm not so bad. Last time I nearly scored a goal.
Thomas joined the club when he was 4. The coach looked a bit sceptical. But then he was surprised. He said, this kid could go far. But only if he never misses a training session. Thomas Müller was always the first to show up, even if that wasn't always an easy thing to do. What if the security guard showed up? What if the dogs broke free? But Thomas Müller was well trained. Nothing could stop him from going to his training sessions. That's how it started. Thomas Müller became a top football player, and he's not done yet.
Cool, I'm just like Thomas Müller. I was here early too.
I was here early too.
And me, but now we're nearly too late.
What? How can I be on time if the door is locked?
You never learn, do you? This door opens out, not in.
I'm gonna be like Müller.
I'll be like Müller because I'm younger than you.
Maybe you're younger, but you'll never be like Müller.
You neither.
I will.
Never.
I will.
No.
Yes.
I'll be like Müller.
Hey, what's he doing?
Who, Speedy? Hanging there.
And why?
I don't know.
Hey, Speedy, what are you doing up there?
Hanging around.
And why?
The trainer said I'm too short to be a goalkeeper.
Oh, I see. Gravity and all that.
If you hang there, you think you'll get taller?
Yeah, as tall as Manuel Neuer.
He was too short as a child as well.
What? No way. He's 6'3".
Do you really think he was born that tall? Here, take a look.
Wow.
A comic book about Neuer? Cool. It is Saturday again. The football stadium is full of fans who are singing, waving their flags and cheering for their favourite players. Among the crowd is a small boy who is excitedly following every move football players make. The clock shows that it's 90th minute. The game seems to be over, but the rival team is not giving up just yet. And then a penalty in the last minute. The rival shooter places the ball on the ground ready for a shot. The tension is unbearable. He takes a shot. And the goalie saves. The crowd goes wild. It's the end of the game and the goalkeeper is the hero of today's match. Somewhere in the crowd, that little boy knows that one day he will be the hero of the game. Down there on the pitch, his name, Manuel Neuer.
Just like me.
So you see, he was short too.
But he's the best goalkeeper ever.
But he was small as well.
That's because he was a child once.
And children are not always tall.
Okay, but Manuel Neuer wasn't just not tall. He was actually really short.
How short? Short as me?
Well, you're somehow...
I'm going to keep reading. Manuel joins a football club. Every newbie has to be goalie first. That's the rule. Manuel is not even upset about that. Manuel is good at being goalie. But the coach thinks Manuel is too small to be a goalkeeper. From then on, nothing works out for Manuel anymore. Could the coach be right? Nobody in the club believes that Manuel can become a good goalkeeper. That is so mean. But Manuel believes in himself. He's going to show them. If you're short, you just have to jump higher. So Manuel keeps training. But the coach is still not convinced that Manuel is tall enough to be the goalie. But I am going to grow, thinks Manuel. The coach hasn't got a clue. Manuel checks out his parents' height, and now he is certain that he will make it.
Our coach doesn't know anything about growing either.
He's not even tall himself.
Well, he doesn't have to be.
He just has to be loud, so it doesn't matter how tall his parents are.
Have you ever looked at how tall your parents are?
My dad's a giant.
See?
What about your mum?
I think she's normal.
It's enough if one of them is tall.
I'll keep on reading. Manuel keeps on training hard. He gets faster and faster. And he gets stronger. And he grows. Finally, the time has come. At last, the all-important day arrives. Manuel Neuer is in the goal. And in the stadium, you can hear a pin drop. The shooter places the ball on the ground, ready for a shot. And once again, the goalie is the hero of the match. And this time, the goalkeeper's name is Manuel Neuer. Somewhere in the cheering crowd is a little boy. One day, he wants to be the hero down there on the pitch.
He's just like me.
So no need to hang on to the goalpost.
If you're not tall, you just have to jump higher.
Yeah, I am.
And don't listen to the coach.
Great, keep going, jump even higher.
Do you think I'll make it?
Of course you will. Neuer made it, didn't he? Boom!
Torben, it's easy. If you want to shoot a corner, you have to think about who you're going to pass the ball to.
I already know that, Eva.
So why are you always kicking the ball anywhere? Let me show you.
Wait, Eva. No, thank you. If I get help from a girl, everyone is going to make fun of me.
They're going to laugh at you if you shoot in the wrong direction. Let me teach you.
But Eva, you're a girl.
So?
None of the famous footballers are girls, are they?
No.
There are quite a few girls.
You just don't know them.
Because you think that girls can't play football.
Girls are different. Girls are completely different.
You're wrong. Here, take a look at this and take note.
Why?
To change that medieval attitude of yours?
Nadine was 6 years old and in love. Like I said, girls are different.
Keep reading.
Nadine was 6 years old and in love. With a boy? No. With a horse? No. Nadine Kessler was in love with the whole football team. Every weekend, her entire family went to the stadium on the Betzenberg. And every weekend, Nadine watched her heroes play football from just behind the goal. Nadine would always feel as if Pebble Kuka was playing just for her. One day, Nadine had an idea. She wanted to write her idol a letter. A letter? I would never write a letter. I would never write a letter to a footballer. Never.
Girls are different. That's the good thing.
Can you keep reading, Torby?
I don't even know why I should read this.
You'll see.
A love letter to a football star? That's crazy.
Torben?
Nadine wrote a letter and put it in an envelope, but she had no idea where to send it. But then she thought of something. The letter had finally reached its destination. I wouldn't have dared do that. Just go up to him with a letter.
She's a girl.
All girls wouldn't, but she...
I would really like to meet a famous footballer, though.
You have to be courageous.
Keep reading.
Nadine had her own football now, and so she started to train. Some boys think the girls are no good at football. And least of all, a little girly girl. Nadine wrote another letter. This time it was about her achievements in football. She had a lot of success stories. Nadine understood that she wasn't in love with the football player, but with the game itself. She wanted to play too, and that's how Nadine Kessler became one of the best players today. Respect. Honestly, I like this girl.
What do you mean by that?
I think she's great.
That's okay then.
What's up with you and Eva?
With Eva? Well, nothing. Nothing's up. Eva, what is she talking about?
Mia means the corner shot, remember?
Sure, of course, the corner shot. Let's practice. So now what?
You have to shoot the ball to your chosen player.
Like that?
Sometimes I wonder what goes on in boys' heads.
I have no idea.
Boom! Great. Really nice work, Torben.
Was it me?
You kicked it really hard, Torben.
Me? You're the one who kicks it too hard.
Yeah, that's because I'm the striker.
And I am in defense. I have to defend.
You both broke the football. Come on, let's go and get another one.
What is this?
Who ever heard of a great footballer playing with an old scrap of leather like this?
I know one that started off with much less. Have you never heard of Dante?
Of course I know Dante.
You think you know more than me?
You? Pfft, give me that.
Hey, that's mine.
And I'm reading it. Brazil and football just go together, like summer and ice cream. Nearly everyone in Brazil plays football. The children especially have their big idols, like the guys who have made it to the very top of the game. One of these children was a boy with a very long name, Dante Bonfim Costa Santos. He wanted to become a very famous football star one day too. His parents didn't have enough money to buy him a football kit or a ball, though. Dante didn't care. He would play with anything he could find, and he played absolutely everywhere. One day, his father did buy him his own ball, though. Not many kids had one. The ball was made of rubber, and that was so much better than playing with tin cans or rags.
Dante only had a ball made of rubber? He never even had a real football made out of leather? I can't believe it.
Keep on reading, Lucas.
It was quite difficult to play football with a rubber ball because it kept bouncing to places it wasn't supposed to. But Dante found it easy. If he could play with rags and tin cans, he could practically achieve magic with a rubber ball. But then the magic was suddenly over. So they went back to playing with any old object they could find on the street. Still, it was a bit sad not being able to play with a proper ball. It was Christmas. Dante was 10 years old. He unwrapped the gift his mother had given him, and he couldn't believe it. It was a real football, made of leather. A real luxury ball.
So he did have a real football after all.
Well, it's not the end of the story yet, because what happened then
No.
was...
Don't give it away. So now you want to read?
You carry on reading.
Me?
Read it.
Dante loved his ball. He cherished it as if it were made of gold. He was scared the ball might get damaged, though, which is why he always thought long and hard about whether to use it or not. Playing football with a real leather ball was much more fun, of course. Dante had never had a real football up until this moment, and now that he had one, he was unstoppable. But the daily use of the ball on the rough streets left its mark. After half a year of intense playing, the ball was broken beyond repair.
What? He was left without a ball again?
Hey!
How did he carry on without a ball?
What do you think? Keep reading.
Not to have his beautiful leather ball was a big loss for Dante. But should he stop playing because of it? No way was that an option. He was going to make it, be a big football star. This much he knew. And until then, he would just keep playing with anything he could find. Dante never did forget his first real ball, though.
Well, if that's the case...
We'll do what Dante did and just play anywhere, even if it's with this old scrap of leather. Race you to the goal.
Go on then.
Garmisch-Partenkirchen. It's winter and it's the Children's Slalom Championships. Felix Neuer is almost 3 years old. His father gives him a few last tips before he heads for the piste. And Felix breaks his personal record. But there is another little skier, ready to go. Are you sure that you have given me the right comic book, Matthew? This one is about Felix Neuer when he was 3.
You were supposed to read it after training.
I have to read it now, because I want to know everything about Schweinsteiger. Everything, right now. I can't wait.
Okay, Torben. Then I'll tell you, if you can't wait, that Schweinsteiger used to be a skier.
What? Bastian Schweinsteiger? A skier? That little boy was not on skis for the first time that day. He skied amazingly. He nearly became a champion at 3 years old. That is Bastian Schweinsteiger. That was the beginning of a very special friendship. Bastian won his first medal at the age of 3.
That's right. His first. And then a whole bunch more after that one.
But what about the football?
Keep on reading the comic.
Felix and Bastian met at every skiing competition. And Felix was always the winner. Felix loved fast descents and the winter time. Bastian loved the summer. In summer, they played football. Felix and Bastian played for the same club. For the two of them, every meeting turned into a competition. In summer, Bastian always won. Bastian always wanted to win, at all cost. Not just at football, he wanted to win at skiing too. I can see that.
What?
That Bastian would always want to win.
Yeah, but he did something about it.
You mean he trained?
Of course. He didn't just sit around reading comics like Torben.
Hey Matthew, this is the story of Bastian Schweinsteiger.
And here it's about us.
Hey man, I'm nearly finished. Bastian is 13 years old. He needs to make a decision. Should he keep whizzing down mountains on skis, a little bit faster each year, but always behind Felix? Or does he just want to play football? Maybe even in his favorite club. Nobody can make this decision but him. Bastian thinks to himself, if I win this last championship, then I will choose skiing. I don't get it. He never defeated Felix, though?
Bastian thinks.
If I defeat him now, for the first time...
Then I can defeat him again and again. And I could defeat him always.
So he didn't win because he is a...
football player? This is where it gets exciting. Keep on reading.
Make your mind up. I thought I was supposed to train.
You might as well read till the end now.
Everything was as always on this competition day. Felix and Bastian were giving it their all. And in the end, it was Bastian who won. He finally beat Felix. But was he really supposed to do only winter sports in the future? Always be in the snow? Always be in the cold? Bastian loved summer. And football. He could still ski in the winter. His mind was made up. He was going to be a footballer. Felix stuck to skiing and kept on winning. Bastian became football world champion. And Bastian and Felix remained friends anyway. Or maybe just because of this choice. Wow, good job that he did choose football in the end.
I would much rather be a footballer than a skier.
If I could, I would like to be a football world champion.
Torben, stop dreaming.
Why? If I train now, and then become the best, and then get selected, I could make it.
Not if you just sit around.
I've just been reading a comic.
Haven't you finished reading yet?
Come on, pass it.
Come on, let's go! Boom! Yeah?
Hey, Matthew, are you finished?
This is the boys' locker room. Girls are not allowed in here.
Our changing room is flooded, so we have to change here. Coach said so.
So, have you finished?
He has.
Girls always get a special treatment. Football is a game for boys.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Here, read this and then say that again.
Alexandra Popp. Why should I read this?
Read it, please.
There was always a lot going on at the sports ground of the little town of Gevelsberg. On this day, it was a training session of the boys from the local football club. On the sidelines, there was a little girl who wanted to join in. Her name was Alexandra Popp. A girl wanting to join the boys' football team. Nobody had ever seen anything like it. But the coach continued his training and let Alexandra play on a trial basis. She was given a chance. But the training session with the boys was really tough. The others were faster and bigger and stronger than her. And they were used to playing against each other. Alexandra wasn't able to stand her ground.
What's funny about that?
See, I knew it.
Knew what?
Well, what I just read. That girls cannot compete against boys.
I'll take you on any day.
So, and what about Alexandra?
What about her?
Well, the story has only just begun. Let's see what happens next.
Alexandra didn't give up. She trained hard, and it wasn't long before everyone knew that she was as tough as they come. They knew she should be a striker and that she should be on the team. They called her Poppy, and suddenly nobody seemed to care whether she was a boy or a girl. Alexandra got better and racked up victories and medals for the club. She heard about a school where, apart from normal lessons, they taught extra football lessons too. It was a boarding school with regular training. She really wanted to go there. So she applied. But the head teacher said that it was impossible. The class was only meant for boys. That was how it had always been. Those were the rules.
What's a girl doing in a boys' class? That's ridiculous.
It's not a boys' class. It's a football class.
A class full of boys. Those are the rules.
That's just silly. That girls can't join up.
So why not make a football class just for girls?
Alexandra made it anyway, though. What happened next?
Once again, Alexandra didn't give up. She wanted to be in that class. Now, all she had to do was to convince the school to let her in. But it wasn't the first time that she'd had to convince someone. She got her chance and got to show what she was capable of. That was when the head teacher knew it. Alexandra belonged in that football class. In all the other lessons, mixed classes were no big deal. And from that moment on, it was the same in the football class. At first, the other pupils were very surprised. And then the rules had to be changed. Suddenly, there were showers just for girls.
What?
And a changing room just for girls. And in the boarding school, there were rooms just for girls. All this so that one girl could play football. The boys would get used to it eventually.
Wow, so much stress so that just one girl could play football.
It's the other way around for a footballer who happened to be a girl.
What are you doing now?
Getting changed, of course.
What? Here?
Where else? And close the door behind you. See you on the pitch.
Boom!
Hey, Torben, our turn next.
Are you coming or not?
Yeah, in a moment.
What are you reading, Torben?
I'm studying for a history test tomorrow about the post-war era.
History's so boring.
It's actually quite interesting. Hey,
This is a comic book.
it's about Uwe Seeler.
Hey!
Who's Uwe Sailor?
Who is Uwe Sailor?
Seriously? You don't know who Seeler is? He was the first top goal scorer in the National League.
Oh.
And I thought I was bad at history. Check this out. Hamburg, 1945. It was spring, and the war was finally over. There were no more air raid sirens, the bombs had stopped falling, and nobody had to run and hide in the air raid shelters anymore. Finally, Uwe and his friends were able to play football outside again. There was nothing they loved more. But the years of war had changed everything. The city was in ruins and practically unrecognizable. Now there was nothing but rubble where the football grounds used to be. British Army tanks could be seen moving around in between the ruins, and British soldiers were marching through the streets. A few days earlier, the city had been under fire. Now, a time of peace had begun, and the soldiers had to make sure that the new rules were obeyed. Where were the boys going to play? In between the debris, they met a strange man. The man pointed to the ball the boys had and told them that they could exchange the ball for food. He indicated for them to go around the next corner. That was where the black market was.
They didn't have anywhere to play?
Everything was broken.
Torben, what is a black market?
After the war, they had no money, but people needed food and clothing and medicines, so they exchanged things.
Exchanged?
Why did they do that?
Say I have footballs, but I have nothing to eat,
You can have my sandwich if you want.
so we could swap. But it was something that wasn't allowed.
That's why it was called a black market.
Exactly.
But a football is worth much more than a sandwich.
But what if you're hungry?
Did all they have to swap the ball?
Let's see. I'll keep reading. It had been a long time that there had been very little food, and the children were used to being hungry. But Uwe would have never exchanged his football for anything. Suddenly, there was a lot of noise and people started running away in all directions. Because there was so little to eat, the black market was highly illegal. Nobody wanted to get caught. Uwe and his friends hadn't done anything wrong, but who would believe them? They were faster than the police. They were lucky. But now, they wanted to play football again. They quickly built a goal out of stones and started playing. Suddenly, they got a huge fright. There were British soldiers standing at the end of the alley.
Oh no! The soldiers were going to be nice to them, weren't they?
The war was over.
Imagine how you would feel if these foreign soldiers were suddenly in front of you.
The ones that you had just been hiding from.
I would be scared.
So what happened next?
Let's see. But soldiers like football too. The game of football was invented in England after all. They watched the children play, sizing up their skills. Suddenly, one of them couldn't hold back anymore and joined in with the boys. The others laughed. They applauded and cheered the game on. Uwe and his friends were not afraid anymore. Then, the soldiers had to move on. When they left, they gave the boys some chocolate, which was a very special gift in these difficult times after the end of the war. It was late, and the boys had to get home fast. They had completely forgotten time while they were playing, but Uwe didn't care. Uwe's parents did care, though. They had been worried about him. It was dangerous out in the streets. Uwe was not allowed to play football among the ruins anymore. Anything could happen. No more football? Uwe couldn't believe it. But that's not what his parents meant. Uwe was allowed to play football, but properly, in a football club. Uwe's father had been playing for Hamburg SV for years, and that was the club he signed his son up for. Uwe Seeler played exclusively for Hamburg SV his entire life. To this day, he still has the same membership card from those early days.
I had no idea that history was so exciting.
History's going to be my favorite subject from now on.
After today, if your test was about Sailor, then you would be perfectly prepared.
Or if it was about football.
A test about football. That would be great.
Huh?
We have to go!
Come on, Torben.
We have to go!
A test about football. That would be great.
Hey, next week I'm going to get a whole new kit from my dad. Shirt, shoes, shorts, the whole lot, and all of it from the champion shop.
Oh,
I'm even getting a new ball.
cool.
What's up with you, Matthew?
Nothing.
Is something the matter?
Leave me alone.
Problems?
It's your constant blabbing about your fantastic new football kit. And my parents can't even pay the club's fee, let alone football shoes or anything. I'm out. Done. No more football for me. End of story.
Why don't you speak to the coach?
There's no point.
That's what you think.
Matthew? I've got this comic. Would you like to have a look?
Pelé? What has Pelé got to do with anything?
Just have a look at it.
Brazil, 1949. Pelé dreamed of becoming a professional football player. But his mother, Donna Celeste, needed him to contribute to the family's income. He had to earn some money cleaning shoes. So Pelé had to hang around the train station to clean rich men's shoes. He would much rather have spent all his time playing football on the streets with his friends. As they didn't have a ball, they had to make their own. They would gather up as many old rags as they could find, stuff them into an old sock and tie it up. In the evening, he would arrive back home all dirty and muddy, but proud. And Donna Celeste would put him in the bath and scrub him and scold him. My situation isn't that bad, but I really like Pelé.
He's one of the biggest footballers ever.
You mean he's one of the oldest?
No, he really was a fantastic player. One of the best ever.
First, he was small.
And Paul, just keep reading.
Pelé was 11 years old when he started his own football club with his friends. Because none of them had shoes, they called their club the Shoeless Ones. There was an upcoming tournament. The Shoeless Ones wanted to play, but they would need a proper kit. Shirts, shorts, shoes. Shoes were a requirement, but how could they get shoes? How could they get the money? They decided to sell peanuts outside the theatres and the cinemas. But where would they get the peanuts from? There were huge sacks of peanuts on the freight trains in the station. Pelé was shocked. Not theft? But the others tried to convince him. Those nuts belonged to very rich guys. They had billions of them, and there were only a few poor little kids. They would only take a few handfuls. Pelé was skeptical and afraid, but they tried it anyway. The plan worked. They roasted the nuts, sold them, and made some money. Pelé was so ashamed. They didn't have enough money for shoes, though. The next trip to the train station nearly ended in a disaster. They escaped the police with great difficulty. Never again. So they just kept playing without shoes and weren't able to go to the tournament. I'm not going to steal any peanuts.
Pelé really regretted it and never did it again.
But they did come up with an idea. The peanut idea was really clever.
Except it didn't solve their shoe problem.
So they weren't able to play the tournament. The Shoeless Ones continued to play on the streets. They were good. They had lots of fans, but no shoes. One day, a businessman showed up and was impressed by this little team. He was willing to buy them shoes. So now they didn't have to call themselves the Shoeless Ones anymore. This man believed in the boys. For the first time ever, they played in football shoes, and equally for the first time, they played in a stadium. It felt strange to play with shoes on, but they didn't just win the game. They won the whole tournament. And Pelé was the leading goal scorer. And in that moment, Donna Celeste was super proud of her son, Pelé. Cool, he didn't let anything get him down.
And he was a little lucky.
I'm never lucky, never!
Hey, Matthew, I just spoke to the coach and there's a special program for young football talent. He's going to find out more. So that means you're staying.
Hey, Lucas, really?
Of course. Has anyone got a drink?
Sure. Here. So, Matthew, would you call that being lucky?
Yeah, but thanks to Lucas.
And thanks to being a good footballer, too.
Boom!
Man!
Torben, what's wrong with you today?
You're in a bad mood.
I've had a horrible day.
But why?
I had to recite something at school today, and I totally messed it up.
Did you practice?
Yeah, and I started out all right, but when everyone is looking at me, I get very nervous. This is not funny. It's the second time I've flunked this year.
It can happen to anyone, so don't worry.
I have never heard of anyone who got very far with bad grades.
I have.
Miroslav Klose? I don't believe it.
It was really hard for him at school at first. Listen to this. It was a normal day in the small town of Kuzel. The 5th grade of the local school were doing dictation. In the middle of the room was a boy who had his first day in this class. His name was Miroslav Klose. He didn't understand a single word. He had only just moved to Germany from Poland with his parents. At the end of the lesson, he had to hand in an empty sheet of paper. He was so embarrassed in front of the other pupils, and he didn't even want to think about how upset his parents would be when he got home and told them about it. Luckily, there was a football pitch near his house. He wasn't able to understand what the children were saying there either, but he didn't have to speak while kicking the ball. On that day, he played football until all his frustrations had evaporated.
It's not exactly the same situation I'm in. In his case, it was a language problem.
And in your case?
When you see him on TV, he does speak German.
You probably learned it at school later on.
No, the story started differently. It got worse in school because Miro had had such a bad start. They put him back 2 years into year 3. So the others were much younger than him. He couldn't connect to the younger children or find any friends. But as soon as school was over, there was no holding him back. He always went to the football ground. He forgot all his cares and worries while kicking a ball around. And the others realized that he was a natural with enormous talent. He was comfortable with his friends from the football ground, so he started spending time with them off the pitch too. And by hanging out with them, he slowly started learning German.
So then he got much better grades. And he started playing for the school football team. And then he got discovered.
No.
No?
Imagine what it's like to get off to such a bad start.
Then you were scared to do anything. But I really do know that stupid poem off by heart. It's just that when everyone is looking at me, I get this lump in my throat. And that's when I freeze.
It was nearly the same for Miro. Nobody on the school football team knew that Müller was a good football player. He would like to have joined in, but he didn't dare ask. One day, though, the school team was one player short. Miro mustered the courage and asked if he could play. And in the end, everyone was impressed. From that day on, he belonged to the team and was always on the pitch when his team played against another school. Finally, he was able to show them all what he was capable of. It wasn't long before he became known for his talent and his football skills outside the school too. And so, only 1 year after his arrival in Germany, Miro joined a proper football club. Finally, he had duly arrived in his new home, thanks to football.
Wow, just going out there and asking for what you want.
What?
Miro just knew that.
That he was good at it.
Exactly.
Do you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to go to the front and say that I want to recite the poem to the class again.
And when they look at you?
Grin and bear it, just like Klose.
Do you know what? While we're at it,
Well, we're at what?
grinning and bearing it, I'm going to beat you today, just like Klose.
Klose?
Klose?
I am Klose.
I am Klose.
No, I am Klose.
No, me.
Boom!
That's not fair. You're the one who's being unfair. You're the one who keeps grumbling.
And you're always telling me what to do.
Because I know better.
Huh.
And I want to help you.
You helped me, so now you want to help me.
Of course. I'm your big brother after all.
Big brother, you're a big mouth.
I'm a better football player than you, that's for sure.
Know what? You're just a silly boy.
You're silly yourself.
Hey guys, do you know Jerome Boateng's story? I've just read it. It might interest you.
Jerome Boateng? I know him.
Go on then.
I'll read it to you. It was 1994 in West Berlin. Jerome was giving his very first football when he was 6 years old. From that moment on, there was nothing more important to him than football. Football, 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 and more football. In the morning, there was school. But straight after school, he was back to playing football. Every free moment he got until the late afternoon. And in the evenings, he played football too, on his gaming console at home. He didn't think about anything but football. Football, football, football. Even on his way to school, he couldn't stop kicking the ball around. He wasn't able to concentrate in school because all he could think about the whole time was how he would play football with his friends after school. Interested?
Yeah, it sounds quite interesting. And I couldn't see the pictures from over there.
Keep on reading.
He just wanted to become the best footballer. He soon became so good that he started to play in a proper football club. It was called Tennis Borussia Berlin. Jerome was very well regarded by his football friends, but there were also children who didn't like him because of his skin color. They would make fun of him. Jerome was sad then angry. Every time that kind of thing would happen, Jerome would go talk to his older brothers, George and Kevin. George and Kevin were Jerome's half-siblings. They had the same father as Jerome, but not the same mother. And that's why they didn't live together. Jerome lived in a quiet part of the city called Berlin-Wilmersdorf, while George and Kevin lived at the other end of the city in a rougher part called Wedding. They would play together in the football cages in Wedding. George and Kevin were Jerome's role models. The three of them got on really well, but when they played football together, they didn't hold back.
Well, of course. It's no secret that. That's what big brothers are like. Lukas does the same thing. When I have the ball, he just pushes me out of the way.
I don't push you. It's my physical strength. It's not my fault that you're so weak and small.
You'll see. One day I will catch up with you. And then...
Will you both stop it? You should listen. You could both learn something from this. Jerome learned the importance of comradeship and mutual respect. He also learned that there is no need to be scared of challenges, even if they are big, and that you can get so much more done if you stick together. Especially when you have to assert yourself against stronger players. In a sporty way. During the matches in football cages, nobody insulted the brothers because of their skin colour, because they were the best players there and they were respected by everyone. Jerome knew that if he worked hard, he would be one of the best players even outside the cage pitches. So, do you get it? What? It's so clear. It actually doesn't matter where you come from, what colour your skin is, or whether you are big or you're small. There is something special in everyone. Exactly. Maybe a very special football player.
Hey, Matthew. You're a loudmouth.
Exactly, Matthew. You're going to miss the training session.
What?
Get a move on. We want to play football already.
Come on.
Don't be cheeky now. I'm the oldest one here. And I'm better at football than you two. I'll prove it to you in the training session.
Boom!
Oh, no, me, I can't believe it.
What's so hard to understand?
That's so typical of you.
What do you mean, typical?
You're always getting confused.
I'm never getting confused. I just got it mixed up.
But that's the same thing.
Football and ballet are obviously not the same.
What are you wearing today?
Don't you start. So I thought today was ballet, but it's not. Today it's football. So now I'm here. We are going to play football.
But you're wearing a tutu.
Look, that's what happened to Nadine.
Nadine Angara. Nadine was very independent and made her own decisions from a very early age. She never had doubts about anything, but she definitely had a mind of her own. One day, she decided she wanted to play football. So she just showed up at the football club and started playing, just like that. At first, she just wanted to score goals. And she was actually pretty good. Coach really liked that. Later, she tried out as a goalie. And she was even better as a goalie. She loved being in goal so much that she decided to stay there. The coach was convinced that Nadine would become a big name in football. And Nadine thought the same.
I did it the same way she did.
What? You just went along?
I just went along and stayed there. Simple.
And what about ballet?
Just went along.
And stayed?
That's right.
Now you're a foot ballerina.
That's funny. A little swan with football shoes on.
Hey, you're not really good at ballet.
I know.
Keep reading, Lucas.
One day, Nadine decided that she wanted to play handball too. So she went to the local handball club and joined, just like that. She liked it so much that she decided to stay there too. The coach was convinced that Nadine would become a big name in handball, and Nadine thought so too. But then Nadine saw that both football training and handball training took up a lot of time. To do both at the same time was much too much, especially if she wanted to become one of the best in both. The coach told Nadine that she should carry on with football because she was going to win lots of trophies. But the handball coach told her that if she carried on with handball, she was going to win even more trophies. Football or handball? If she wanted to become a professional sports person, she would have to choose one of the two. And it was then that for the first time in her life, Nadine didn't know what to do.
It's difficult to decide stuff sometimes.
I would have decided already. Football.
You don't like anything else?
I do. I like to ride my bike. I like ice cream, potato salad, and gummy bears.
You're not taking this seriously.
It was just a joke. We all know how it ended.
How did it end, though?
Yeah, how?
Well, she chose football, of course.
Yes, we know that. But how? How did you come to that decision?
Well, yeah, Nadine was confused. She had never had any problems making decisions before, but now, both sports were important to her. What was she supposed to do? She sat on her balcony thinking for hours, and then she had an idea. She took 2 pieces of paper. On one she wrote football, and on the other she wrote handball. And then she left it up to chance. Football won. The football coach was really happy when she told him her decision. And Nadine was happy because she knew that she would go really far in football. She had made her mind up, and then she did it.
So that's a good way to do it.
I like that it was football that she continued with.
For Nadine Angara, it was a great choice.
How would you decide if you had to?
Me? I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
But if you had to decide...
No, I don't. Not yet, anyway. I'll decide later on. I can do both for now.
And what if you get mixed up again?
That can happen when you are a foot ballerina.
Foot ballerina?
That doesn't even exist.
It does, if you want it to.